morning. Having started the bike, I then realised I didn't put the Garmin in my pocket. So let's go and grab that. Let's try again. Now you may have noticed earlier the map at the beginning of this video that's usually animated at the moment is static. This is because Route Generator, software I use to create it, isn't loading Google Maps. I don't know whether that's a glitch on their side or Google's side. My guess would be Google's side. So sorry about that. And as we go around the corner whose name we dare not mention, today's plan is to head up towards Buxton and then take a ride back out in the direction of Mansfield and back down the A38, and let's see what we can see. Here we are, some 20 miles down the road, King's Bromley, and the lay-by by the River Trent, where I normally stop, have a leg stretch and usually take a photograph. Trying something different. Rather than the photograph, I'll take a static screenshot from the video, which I seem to think works even better. And on we go. Next stop, hopefully, will be just this side of Buxton. I see blue flashing lights behind me. Ambulance. Let's get out of his way. Chap in the car behind let me back in, thank you. And there's the ambulance going over the river bridge on a red light. Hopefully there's nothing coming the other way. No, he's made it. Before long we're down into Ashbourne. Coming up on the right is the Bull in the Thorn pub. I've done a few rallies there in the past. I think they still have a campsite. And a few miles down the road is the High Peak Bookstore and Cafe, which is the place I'm looking for. Right, there it is. All we need to do now is pull into the car park and see if I can find what I'm looking for. Which, as you've probably guessed by now, will be another pre-digital fuel pump. Certainly seems a popular place. No sign of anything yet. Oh, hold on. Ah, there it is, by the door. I think the best thing to do, I'll be stop the engine and roll the bike up in place to get a photograph. Don't want to upset people, do we? Right, that looks about the spot. Let's grab the photograph. There we go. And here we are, about 2.5–3 miles down the road in London Road, Buxton, to a fuel pump I visited not so long back, but it seems they have another one in the front window of the shop. So let's try and grab that one. This could prove to be a bit tricky. If I park the bike here, you can just see the fuel pump in that doorway there, and cross the road, I should get a decent photograph. I can't really do a screen grab for this photograph because I used the camera's zoom to make sure the fuel pump was in. So here's the photograph. Petrol would be a good idea about now. I spotted this garage on the way in, so we'll use it on the way out. And yep, I've got E5. Roadworks at the Hollybush Inn. Once again, the site of many rallies. This delightful bit of road from the Hollybush down into Cromford goes by the name of a Via Giulia, and it is a very nice road to ride, especially on a mild autumn day with the trees changing colour and the wonderful slippery leaves on the road. Enjoyable nonetheless. We follow the River Derwent out towards Crouch, which once again on a mild autumn day is just a nice road to ride. The A65 seems happier now clutch wise. I re-torqued the head down this morning. There's a little bit of oil coming out and it did need torquing down. A couple of the bolts went a good 3/4 of a turn. So we set the tappets, put the lid back on, made sure the oil was topped up, and here we are out for a test ride in the sunshine, taking in the scenery. And that'll do for me. A road unsuitable for heavy goods vehicles and caravans. That sounds like my kind of road. It's a bit steep. I can see why you wouldn't want to bring a wagon or a caravan up this. Onto the single track backlines again. And up in front I spy a horse and cart. So I'm staying well back until he gets somewhere where I can pass safely. So we'll stop at this distance until the fellow on the cart calls me past. Let's try and get past as quiet as we can. There we go. Now, somewhere around here there should be another fuel pump, but I drove up and down 3 or 4 times, had a good look round, and in the end I thought the best thing to do is find somebody local. Now I saw this chap earlier on attacking the ivy at the side of his house. I thought, oh no, we'll ask this fellow.
Excuse me, this is going to sound a stupid question. Somewhere around here is an old petrol pump.
Well, it seems I'd gone past it a couple of times. There's a new housing development being built and it's just at the side of that. And this fellow was telling me those pumps were put there as part of a film set some years back and they never removed them. He thinks the film was something like Dead Man's Shoes. I haven't looked it up yet, but I just might. Anyway, armed with this information, we can now go back and hopefully find what we're looking for. Here we are at the housing development, and lo and behold, There are the fuel pumps. Can't really do much about the long shadow that the sun's casting, but this is the best we can get, I suppose. Right, that's the photograph. Let's move onwards. Now unfortunately, the last destination was up by junction 28 of the M1, and it was getting on for rush hour. So as you can imagine, the traffic was horrendous, but we managed to wiggle through most of it. The low sun's a bit of a nuisance now. I'd rather have the sun than the rain, and lo and behold, here we are, a couple of more pre-digital fuel pumps. Yep, it's photograph time again. Just walking back to the bike when the owner of the place, Steve I think he said his name was, he came walking out and very interested in the A65. He's got bikes himself. In fact, a very original 56 I think he said it was, Triumph 6T, still with the bathtubs on, which most people remove. So we spent a good 20 minutes talking about bikes. Apparently the petrol pump and diesel pump are both in working order. The tank for the petrol has been removed, but he thinks the diesel tank is still there. Yes, the electric starts got him intrigued. It seems I can just go round the block rather than turn round. Well, that'll make life easier. So, thanks for that, Steve. Maybe see you again one day. It's Gridlock on the A38 island. So, he's facing downhill. Might as well turn the engine off. I can roll down here. One fella's had enough and turns round. And funnily enough, the lass in the car behind me did the same a few seconds later. Maybe they know something I don't. And the traffic up to the island isn't moving. But there's one advantage with a motorcycle. You can happily go down the outside of it all. And luckily I wanted to turn right at the island anyway, so it is doing me a bit of a favour. Stop at the lights and have a quick look down the M1. Yeah, that looks busy. Glad I'm not going that way. Sun's a bit of a nuisance though. Down the A38 and into the rapidly setting sun, as you can no doubt see. It wouldn't be the A38 without Roadworks. And there again, we can get through. Some decent drivers who use the mirrors. Pull over to one side. Thank you very much, mate. And a bit further on, there's a sign telling you it's the right-hand lane that's closed. So the car indicates to try and get into the right-hand lane. No, I don't think that's the lane you want to be in. Trust me, you do not want to be in this lane. There we go, the sign telling you it's the outside lane that's closed. Which means everything on my right eventually has got to get in front of me. Oh, fun, 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 fun. And a grand sunset as we approach Litchfield. Camera really doesn't do it justice. Maybe we'll get a better look at it at the end of the A38. No, I think that's about as good as we're going to get. What a cliche, eh? Riding into the sunset. The traffic lights up at the Scott Arms. Only a couple of miles from home now. 6:30 and it's getting dark. Yep, certainly dark as we round our shit corner. But it's been a good day. The weather's been kind to us. The A65 seems happy now the head's been torqued down and the tappet's set. The clutch is working to a fashion. It makes a few strange noises. I've no idea why or what. But apart from that, yeah, a good day. So, until the next time, see you later.